The fact that I'm authentic, I'm real, I live in my own truth. What you see is what you get. I'll always give you Thato 24/7. I'm very unfiltered, and I live in my own truth. I don't need a script. I don't need a game plan. I don't need to be strategic thinking. I'll give you comedy central. I'll give you realness, and I'll give you lifestyle. I'll give you entertainment. I mean, my friends, they call me and say, "Tad, we need to be with you, just with you," because I'm entertainment, and I didn't need anything really.
We know her very well from the Housewives of Cape Town. She has been trending for a few days now after the reunion, and she has actually proved that she can be funny. She can also be very spicy. That is for sure. And her name is Thato Montse. Thato, good evening and welcome to Opulence Radio.
Hi, listeners. I think I'm super excited because I feel like Joburg is really where my heart is, because most of the viewers are coming from Joburg, and every time, everywhere I go and I walk into, it's always Thato and Thato, and it's been such a beautiful moment. I feel like this is my family. These are my people. So anything that comes from this city, I'm all for it.
Yeah, Joburg people are loving. I
Yeah.
must say, and they're full of life.
Yeah.
Right.
They're spicy like me.
Wow.
I don't know.
Tato, let's just get into it.
Yes.
You were born and bred in Lesotho.
Yes.
Which part of Lesotho?
I'm actually I come from Maseri, which is the capital town.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was born in a little village. I don't know if it's a village. It's like literally 15 minutes from town. So
Okay.
it's called Mazinot MZ. So that's where I come from. So I did my preschool, my high school, and my primary school there. But then my dad had businesses in the Free State, and I did my grade 8, 9. I think what. Jeez, I mean, I'm such a baby boomer generation. I can't even remember, but I know that I did, I would say grade 9 and 10
Yes.
in the Free State.
Okay.
So I was in Virginia for 2 years because my dad had businesses there. So we relocated over there until, unfortunately, he passed on 1980. Oh, shit. When was this? When my dad passed on 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Sorry
we went
about
back
that.
to the city,
Yeah.
and it's been quite a long time, but I still miss him. He's the love of my life, and I'll always love you. Thank you, Papa.
And what are those fondest memories that you have about your childhood?
Look, I think I resonate more with my dad because he was driven, he was driving, he was so ambitious, and he always had money on his mind.
Yeah.
So he actually taught me at the early stage that for you to succeed in life is never to actually depend on any man. So independency is the key, and I still carry those principles, and to me it's very, very valuable. So yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. Siblings?
I come from a family of 3, so it's my brother who's extremely conservative and very laid back. And I mean, I have leg action on a daily basis. Look at me now. As in, like today, darlings. I came blazing with my tutu moment.
No, you definitely are blazing. You walked in and I thought, this is the Thato of the Real Housewives of Cape Town. This is the stylish Thato. You know, I mean, I can tell that you're not just doing it for the reality show.
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, fashion is an extension of myself. This is how I actually embrace my own feminine, It's my creativity, it's my art form, and
Okay,
yeah.
please hold that thought, because we're going to talk in detail about that, because I'm very much curious about that
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
your life,
yeah,
right? As
yeah.
we have seen it
Yeah.
on screens, right? And going back to your childhood, right? Who are the people or the person that made an incredible impact in your life, that, you know, at this time you look back and you say, but, you know, here,
Yeah.
actually, this gave me a right foundation that I needed.
It's my mom and dad. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna look up to Oprah, and I'm not gonna look up to Obama or anything. I mean, I come from a humble beginning, and my mom woke up every day at 5 o'clock, making sure that we are well looked after. And she actually went to work on a daily basis to provide for us. And my dad was such a he was a hustler.
Yeah.
And he had that that in him, that I want to provide for my family. And his hardworking and perseverance and making sure that we are all looked after. It's actually what drove me to be fierce.
Amazing stuff. And you then at some point in your life decided to come to South Africa,
Yes.
to basically establish your life.
Yeah.
What got you to take that decision to say, okay, now I'm moving full time to South Africa?
Honestly speaking, I think I've been very, very honest and transparent with my life. I'm not going to say that it has always been very glamorous. No, I come from humble beginning. There was a time when my father had so much money, but there was a time when we had nothing, absolutely, and we didn't know what we're going to actually be eating when we go to sleep. But there was a time when he would just buy me like the latest... I mean, I knew Gucci at the age of 0. So my dad was like that kind of a person. So I had a balance where I knew when we had it and when we lost it. Yeah. So those are like fond memories of me. Yeah.
Would you say that those are the kind of experiences that have helped you to stay grounded and truthful to who you are as a person?
I think what actually helped me to be grounded and stay truthful to who I am in terms of my identity and my image, how I want to be perceived and how I perceive myself, is the fact that when we lost it all, I was like, there is no way on earth this is the life that I want to be living. And I don't want my kids to experience the same life. And I went there, and all I wanted to do was to be very, very academic and making sure that I'm driven, I'm striving, I'm ambitious, and I'm such a go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And that is quite inspirational. And I mean, having been to South Africa, you've made great strides. You know, leading you to having a thriving empire.
Yeah.
Where did it all start?
It all started when I worked in retail, and when I was in retail, my ex actually came and he's like, oh my gosh, I really, really like you. But I was like, I need consistency. I need longevity. And I need something that I can pass it on. And I knew that, I think the greatest of them all, Mr. Mandela, said that education is everything.
True.
You can have self-made millionaires, but there are a lot of them. And if tomorrow... Am I allowed to kiss on air?
Unfortunately.
Okay, fine. You know me.
I know.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Jesus' moment. And here we are. I'm saved, good people.
Thank you.
After the reunion, thank God. But I would say... then I was like, you know what, when things doesn't go right, I know that I can always dust off my own diploma, my post-diploma, and also get my honors and get a job and get hired. So I needed something to fall back on.
And then you then attained a diploma in brand communication from Vega School, and subsequently postgraduate degree in design, as you just mentioned. Were you intentional in terms of achieving your qualifications with regards to what type of qualifications you want?
What I did is I previously went to CPUT, and which we called University of Peninsula, and I did my marketing. But while I was there, my ex that I have a baby with was paying for my fees, but I cheated on him with a student. So while I was there, he tried to take me out of the university to put me into a private university, which was predominantly old white owned and predominantly white. And he took me there, and Vega is one of the best university, and that was the best decision ever. Maybe my cheating situation. No,
actually
that's
helped.
not right.
Helped.
I don't know. Please don't come for me. I've got enough of my own already.
Okay. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, we go through different things in life, and some of the things are worth taking something out of it, particularly certain situations. And what are some of the biggest lessons that you learned working in the marketing agency?
The biggest lesson that I learned is the fact that advertising agency is stereotype black people, and that's what I really don't like. And it can be very racist, and I don't like how we are being perceived on that platform. I mean, I will have to. My thought process is all about creativity and innovation, critical thinking, and creative thinking, and being unique and different. But I don't like how we are being stereotyped in that platform, and that's what I really didn't like. But I love the industry. I think it's one of the most beautiful things. It's an art form, and I mean, connecting with brands on a human centric. Who would have thought that Opulent can be a brand, and it can be intangible, and you can have a certain target market, and you can connect with that target market on a human centric, and you can also evolve with that target market. You know, you've got your people, they feel you, they get you, they know your identity, they know your image, and they vouch for you, and they can be your brand ambassador. That's what I like, but it's got its own pros and cons. Look, I mean, we come from apartheid era, and we are still swimming in it, but I feel like we are gradually evolving. Yeah,
that is true. We are still hanging with Thato Montse. She is an entrepreneur. She is a wine connoisseur.
No. Honey, let me correct you.
Okay.
I've been telling all the media people, please stop calling me a wine connoisseur.
Okay.
I've got diploma in wine making.
Okay.
And I've studied wine for 4 years. So there's no way that I'm going to be a wine connoisseur. Anybody can be a wine connoisseur.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because it's important for us to understand how things differ. I mean, going to school for 4 years, you've earned it,
Yeah, of
right?
course, it's a diploma.
And it's work that you put in it, and obviously you come up with a certain skill and knowledge that an ordinary person, even a wine drinker like myself, would not know the kind of information that you know. Thank you about that. Yeah. So she is a wine maker. Period. That's what it is.
Making, even though I am not in the cellar and making wine, but I have actually studied wine making. It's like being a doctor. Amazing. And you decide that, you know what, I'm not going to.
And I loved it when you made that example on the show to say a person goes and study medicine. The fact that he or she doesn't work in a hospital doesn't mean they're not a medical doctor. Because I think it's probably not only in your space, but in many other spaces we make that mistake. And I appreciated that example that you made, because it really drove a point home.
I drove here with a friend of mine, and he studied political science. And it's like, can you believe that I'm in education and I don't apply any political science? Are you telling me that we are actually going to degrade this person? We're going to take this person down and say, therefore, you don't qualify and you're not?
Definitely not.
Don't do that, because,
Definitely
I mean,
not.
at the end of the day, I've been locked in the library for years and years and years. So when we talk brain and academics...
Blood, sweat, and tears were put into it. So we're coming back after this, because we still have more that we want to learn and to discuss with you, right? Yeah. I'm having such a wonderful time.
You are a hot mess. And you love a mess.
I love the mess.
Yeah,
Eh?
I know.
I love that mess. So we just played you Sinach, I Know Who I Am, because Thato knows who she is. And gospel is one of the kind of genres she listens to, believe it or not. And we then played you SWV. The name of the song was Rain. That was followed by Cry No More by Press. And we're still going to play that song for you. I know it is one of those best songs. We're still going to play it for you. But we still having a conversation with Thato, and you probably know her very well from the Real Housewives of Cape Town. If you have not watched it, please take my advice. You see, this weekend, don't have plans, even if it's in the evening or during the day. If you drink wine, have a bottle of wine. If you drink gin, have a bottle
of Thato wine, darling.
A bottle of Thato wines, for that matter, right? Close yourself in and just binge watch the Real Housewives of Cape Town. And you'll understand why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Okay? But before we go there, how did Thato Wines get to be born?
Look, I mean, I come from an industry that is, I do brand building. So I've worked for Ogilvy and other advertising agencies, and I've done so much research. But from there, I remember somebody said, "Oh my God, I love how you actually put your clothes together." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And it's like, "Will you actually mind if you can be my brand ambassador?" I'm like, "I'm gonna have a look where the brand is and where the brand is going," and I ended up branding and repositioning that brand and making it very distinctful and very meaningful. And from there I realized that the wine industry is predominantly old white owned, and it's it's predominantly male, and it's very conservative and very European. And I wanted a brand that can embrace my own culture. I wanted the brand that can actually celebrate my own heritage, and I wanted a brand that actually kind of like connect with consumers on an emotional level, human centric. You want the intangible. You want to kind of actually rotate with your own niche market. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So that also informed the packaging of the wine, because it's so beautiful. And I think as Mosoto, it gave me such a sense of pride looking at it, and I thought we are well represented here.
Yeah. Look, I mean, in terms of the brand identity, the brand image, and the brand essence, and the target market, I feel like we nailed it. And how we also differentiate ourselves as the brand, because you have to cut through the clutter. True. The wine industry is very, very cluttered. Mm-hmm. And how do you then go cut through the clutter and making sure that you're very distinctful, the brand is meaningful, and it stands for something that is your brand essence is it's something that no other brand, actually your competitors, your direct competitors or your other competitors don't actually compete with you. Mm-hmm. And I make sure that whatever that I do, it's very intentional, because my thought process is always about creative thinking, critical thinking, and also innovative thinking, and connecting, like I said, connecting with consumers on an emotional level. The intangible is very, very, very important. People need to feel like, you know what, that brand gets me. Yeah. L'Oreal gets me when they say that you're worth it. You're really, really worth it. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. And how has it been going? I mean, you've been saying that it is dominated by a certain race and a certain age group as well, and that's the reality that we actually faced with. And obviously, breaking into that kind of business, it's always a bit of a challenge, because there's a whole lot that you have to deal with for you to be able to really make it. How has the journey been for you?
I think I'm a queen that doesn't sugarcoat anything. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. And I can tell you that the wine industry is, like I said, it's predominantly old white owned. It's predominantly male, and it hasn't evolved. It's very racist, and it's not easy as a black brand to actually get into the industry and be one of the biggest brand ever. Because we also don't own that value chain. I don't own a farm. Yeah. I don't even own a seller. A cellar will cost you close to 25 mil, close to 50 mil, and we don't own the land, and therefore you cannot really say that, you know what, this is what we own and this is what we do. And the story hasn't been told from a black perspective. It has always been told from Van Wyk, perspective, and which is the other race. And with us, it's all about doing odd jobs. I mean, I see my people during pruning. I see my people also during harvesting. And it's all about odd jobs, but we don't really, even if you're a winemaker, it's not even easy for you to get a job. It's not easy for you to be a chief of staff. It's few of them, chief winemaker or anything. So you have to be, it's few successful stories. But look, hope is there.
I mean, the fact that you are already in it and are already doing it, that gives us hope that there will be a change, because it's people like yourselves that will introduce the kind of change that we look to have, and also the young ones that are coming, the young girls that are coming now, and also that are studying winemaking like you did. They probably look up to you now to say, one day I want to be like Thato and be able to have my own wine brand.
Yeah. Also, I feel like, in terms of brand awareness, brand recognition, and brand awareness, brand recognition, and also to make sure that most of people, they don't even know that you have to study wine. And somebody was asking me, why does she have Thato on her thingy? And I'm like, it's called branding. And there are so many brands that are called by their own names, Harley Davidson. And Mercedes-Benz, or only because it's a white name, then I'm black, then that's why I say. Also, I feel like government can do quite a lot in terms of making sure that they propel their own people forward. So there's a lot that can be done into making sure that we get young people going to study winemaking.
Amazing. And where is it found at the moment?
Oh, do you mean my wine?
Yes.
We are everywhere in Cape Town, and right now we have stepped into the export market, which is my core market, and that's where the money is in terms of the volumes and everything. And that's, you send a container to Russia, you know that you send a container to Russia, Asian, and I love Nigeria because it's such a huge market. And you know that that's where you make money. But we are at Tops and nationwide. We are listed.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! That's a big one. Yay!
Yes. So in Johannesburg, we are also getting some listing. And I mean, my people have been calling from Johannesburg, and I'm here to get my wine listed.
I also called when she was on the way here. So when she says the people, I'm also counted there.
Of course, you're top of mind, darling. and Botswana, yesterday we had finalized Botswana. And Zimbabwe, we are available. So you're excited. We are a global brand, darling.
Oh my word, you're making strides. Big up to you, Thato. Well done, really.
Thank you so much. It's such a good validation, especially when you've got your people really rallying around you and say that we're going to support you. We feel like this is a brand that we can resonate with, because it's all about resonation.
True.
Yeah. So, I feel like I'm building an empire.
You definitely are, and I think you're just in the right direction, and there shouldn't be anything that will take you back.
Honey, from now on,
we give you blessings.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top. So then you decided to join the Real Housewives of Cape Town.
Yeah.
Why?
First of all, I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a strategist. I am design thinker. I do brand building, and I've got diploma in wine. I'm a winemaker, and I was very intentional with everything. first of all, being industry, you know what are your objectives as the brand. So my main objectives was brand awareness, brand recognition, and brand recall. And I knew that Housewife is such a huge platform, and it's gonna definitely give me that. And I've completely achieved that. So now it's really only to stay top of mind. I mean, it's such a huge platform. It's a global platform. I've got people calling me from US, from UK, from everywhere. Yeah.
Wow. And in your interpretation, how has the journey been for you?
The journey has been very daunting, and some people have been saying, oh no, there is no way that this is real. First of all, it's not real, and it's fake, it's scripted.
Yeah, that's what we think.
Yeah, that's what the perception.
Yeah.
But it's a perception that needs to be changed. And I can tell you, and change behavioral. It's not scripted. It's real. It was very daunting from beginning. I mean, you've got people that are coming from different backgrounds, different culture, and also different traditions. So it was nice to embrace different culture, but then the fights are real.
Ish.
I mean, you have seen me, so you tell me what do you think. And everywhere I'm like, everybody's like, are you gonna throw wine on me? I'm like, no, I won't. You never started with me. So it's been but
did you have a game plan, or you went with a clear script clear mind to say, I'm open to what will happen and I'll deal with everything as I get into it?
I think the difference between me and everybody is the fact that I'm authentic, I'm real, I live in my own truth. What you see is what you get. I'll always give you Thato 24/7. I'm very unfiltered, and I live in my own truth. I don't need a script. I don't need a game plan. I don't need to be strategic thinking. I don't need creative thinking. I'll give you comedy central. I'll give you realness, and I'll give you lifestyle. I'll give you entertainment. I mean, my friends, they call me and say, Thato, we need to be with you, just with you, because I'm entertainment, and I didn't need anything, really. I don't need to bring another woman. I mean, this is what I've seen on the show. It's all about condescending, bringing other women and trying to actually bring each other down, and being critical of everything and everything.
What was that aspects that really got into you?
It got into me because I feel like it's so unnecessary, and we live in a world where it's all about women empowerment. How do we then embrace each other? How do I give you flowers and celebrate you? You know what I mean? I mean, we go through so much. It's a man's world. It is a man's world. So why can we not then elevate each other? And on this show, honey, we did not. It fell flat. So
yeah. And you brought it on. I mean, there were moments when one would cringe, when they watch. Did you ever take a moment to watch a certain perhaps episodes and say, maybe here I came too hard, or maybe, or
this is the thing. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak on air about this. The thing is, I'm not a shit starter. I'm not a kind of woman that will bring you down or do anything wrong to you. I'm going to be here sitting pretty with my high sleeve Angelina Jolie moment, and with my tutus, and
feeling all fabulous.
Yeah, and I don't need to bring you down for me to feel good about myself. And also, I'm not insecure. I'm not that kind of a woman. So I wasn't strategic. So I feel like they tried me, and if you knock on my door, definitely I'll open for you, and I'll tell you who I am, who the F I am. And if you come for me, I'm definitely going to hell. Am I allowed to say that? Okay.
Well, you just said it.
But I'm not going so if you come for me, I'm going to protect myself, and I'll make sure that look, there've been so much. I hit below the belt. So if you throw a stone, I will launch atomic bomb. So you know the shift is coming. Hurricane Thato is coming.
And there's been misconceptions and what about you, and one of those was that you are an alcoholic. How did that make you feel?
First of all, I'm not an alcoholic. I can function very well without the liquor. Look, this is the thing. I've gotten sloshed on episode 2 and I was drunk because I first went to an event, and from this event then I went to the taping where we were filming, and during that time I had a fight with my spouse, my ex of that time, and it's like, Thato, you can't drink and go and film. And my alcohol tolerance is actually very small. All of us on the show, we drink. Everybody drink. But I've got 2 episodes where I drank, and I feel like it's premature. You cannot then say that I'm alcoholic because you've seen 2 episodes where I was drunk. It happens to the rest of us. If you drink alcohol, you know that you've got your moment when you are sober, but you get your moment where you drink and get drunk. It's a human nature. So I'm gonna say that I'm not an alcoholic, and I can function very well without alcohol. And of course, I'm a winemaker, so I'll taste the wine, but I don't have to get drunk. I can take responsibility of what I did, because yes, I got drunk. Nothing was exaggerated, and that's what happened. But being alcoholic is definitely not a defining moment, and it's not a definition of Thato. And
do you sometimes
it's just
feel
a perception?
That's what I also said. So do you feel that sometimes you're misinterpreted or misheard when you communicate, given how people would respond to you?
I am, because you know why? Because like I said, if you throw a stone, I'll launch atomic bomb. And yes, I will. I've done that several times, and my sister have been saying, you know what, your words are poison, because I will hit below the belt. So then people forget that at some point somebody said to me, oh, you must take that fucking energy. You must take that energy and go and fix your life, to me, when at that moment I was fighting with my ex, and I had just moved out, and trying to actually open up about abuse, which is such a huge thing. And most of people that are on the show, they've been abused, but they have never opened up about it. But then at that point, she came for me. But I was like, okay, fine. Are we gonna talk about husband? What about your own husband who's messing around and fucking anything that moves, and that actually messing around with 2 of my best friends? So, but with me, I unpack it and I went deep. You know what I mean? So then it defeats what really happened. You know what I mean? It's all about who started.
Okay. And when you take that approach, what is your intention?
My intention is like, don't come for me, because I'm definitely going to assassinate you.
And then there's this wonderful aspect about you, that you also are able to take accountability for the wrongs that you have done. And we've seen it. There's an episode where you really hit hard on one of the ladies, but you then later came back and apologized. And I think what I loved about that moment is the fact that, and that this is what convinced me that you were really legit and authentic about it. It's the fact that you also explained how you're going to change things so that things are done differently going forward.
I think I think it was that thing when I had a problem with the lady, and she said, that's when she said, oh no, you must go and fix your life at home. And she started with me. And she never apologized. But I was like, you know what, let me be the bigger person. And let me just apologize to her and move forward. But I never got any apology. I never got any apology of them actually trying to take my wine down and trying to degrade me and embarrass me and trying to question everything that we do. You know, it's yeah.
Sure. And there you looked like you were pushed over the edge. I think
Yeah.
it's the last episode. And your reaction as well. It really like shocked everyone.
Oh, when I pour the wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you take us through that moment? Because to me, how I saw it is you really tried to contain yourself, but it seemed like you were pushed over the edge. Not speaking on your behalf, what did that moment feel like, and for you to
that
get to
moment
that point?
when I felt like, I mean, I had 3 people and one I just apologized and she did not apologize for her wrongdoings. And at that moment, when we're sitting at the table, I didn't know that they went to my supplier to try. She does, both of them, all of them, they don't drink wine. They don't. One doesn't drink. 2, one does not drink wine. One drinks champagne, and they don't. But they were doing it to sabotage me. They were doing it to take me down. But even though at that moment I could see through the bullshit, and I said, they sat there, and I said, oh, you know what? I think this is a beautiful thing because there aren't a lot of women that are getting into this industry. And there isn't only one place for one queen. We have to occupy space. We really need more youth, more women, more black people, more everything for us to actually move forward. And I was trying to be a bigger person. And there she is trying to say, oh, I've got a stack of papers. Your wine is this much. You did not make a wine. At no other, I mean, you can watch from episode 1 to episode end. There is no other time when I say that I made Thato wine. I've never been in the cellar making Thato wine at all. But I oversee that process. From harvesting, I go on harvesting. I go into the cellar to make sure that this is the wine that I want. From there, I go to, or we do bottling, and we do the entire process because I know what the process looks like, and I know exactly how I want my wine. But I've never taken a credit. But at that moment, they were trying to degrade me, and I was like, hell to the no! You're never gonna do this to me. And I was like, I said, waiter, open this wine and give me the biggest glass. And they gave me this tiny little thing. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay, by the way, oops.
Sure. It was quite a tense one. Hey, you also mentioned that you were in an abusive relationship, and it doesn't, as you said, not many people all get to open up about it. What inspired you to be able to open up about the issue, and what message do you have maybe to young women or even any other women that find themselves in the same kind of a situation?
Really, I think we have to be serious about it. Abuse is such a serious thing. We've got so many women that are dying on a daily basis because of their spouses, because of their husbands, and because of their loved one. And it's not something that we should be entertaining. That's why I felt like Loveline was out of tone. And she was extremely tone deaf. For her to then say that, what has she done for 16 years? And she probably did something and brought the monster in him. And that's what we do. It's more like, what have you done? What did you do for him to kill you? What did you do for this person to do 1, 2, 3? Is this what we are going? Is this the messaging that, if you are raising a girl child, is this the communication that then you want them to see, to actually feel like this is what's happening? And I felt like it was reckless. So all I can say is a leopard never changes their own skin.
Yeah.
And
their own print.
a leopard never changes. Is it the print?
I can't remember
People have
the
been coming
writer.
for me and tell me that I can't speak English and I should actually
Look,
try to
at the
speak,
end of the day, English is not our mother tongue, so
English is not-
we cannot be judged about how good we are or how good we're not.
and English doesn't define me, by the way.
Thank you.
And it's not my mother tongue, so all of you.
And
comes
it
to
also doesn't define your intelligence.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot
Yeah,
of people
doesn't.
miss.
Yeah.
Not being able to speak a Queen's English doesn't
Yeah.
define that you're not smart.
Yeah. I mean, I've got so many of my friends that they've got wisdom and they don't even speak English.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm going to tell you. It's not my mother tongue and it doesn't define me and it never got me where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't change
So-
its spots.
Yeah, it doesn't change its spots.
Yeah.
So until you get out of the relationship, then things start to change. It took me 16 years to be in an abusive relation it was like emotional and physical and mental. And I went through quite a lot. And like I said, I also wasn't perfect. But it doesn't mean that then I deserve it. You know what I mean? Because there's quite a lot that is happening that we should change when it comes to men versus women. And for me, if I have to tell my younger Thato, I would say be independent, have your own money, call your own shots. Then I feel like independency is the key to everything because most of women, they stay in relationship because of financial independency. And I was that girl for the longest. So I'm speaking from experience because I was depending on him and I was like, it's a fear of starting all over again, losing the lifestyle, and also it's the fear of the unknown.
True.
And also thinking the child as well. So trying to give my son a nuclear family, but not seeing that I'm destroying him because it becomes so toxic. And you're building a monster as well. Because it feels like it's good for my mom to shoot out my dad. And also it's good for women needs to be abused and you can hit them and get away with it. So it wasn't good. And one day I feel like I want to apologize to my son and say, you know what, I'm sorry to put you through what I've put you through and you just don't deserve it. And this is not how life goes. And I would love to give him a very healthy environment.
Wow. And sure. And how is it being a mom?
Being a mom is the most important thing in my life. It's priceless. My son is the love of my life. He's very, very opinionated. Even though sometimes I feel like, I don't understand. It's like, Mom, you took me to a private school. And they've got a different mentality that we once have. And they're extremely intelligent. Like my son is extremely smart. Like he's an A student all the time. But being a mom, it's the best thing ever. You know, I go home, even when I'm stressed out. I've never been depressed in my life. I'm stressed out, and when I actually just want to husa, I'll just kiss him and talk to him, and it's everything is fine.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely.
And I'm like, do not watch the Housewives.
and you know how kids are. You say do not, and they'll want to.
No, he does listen.
Okay.
But I mean, he also goes to a wife's school.
They probably talk about it.
I asked him, and he's like, yeah, Mom, everybody say you're a celebrity and they've seen you. No, not everybody, sorry. He said, oh, somebody said that you're a celebrity and you are on the show and they've seen you. But it's like,
Kids
one
talk.
child or
Yeah.
two. But also, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm putting my son in this platform. Because we're in a platform where we get to be criticized. We get to be, people are very critical. I mean, I love Jason Lee. You know Jason Lee?
Mm-hmm.
Jason Lee is like my hero. You know, Hollywood I loved. And Shiraz Wald and all of them. And that's actually my show. So I know how they actually criticize you and take you down.
But I also love the fact that you are able to have an open and honest conversation with your son, because I
Mm.
think that is so important in any kind of a parent and a child relationship, that the child needs to be able to express how they feel and what they think, so the parent can actually understand where they come from, and all of that. Was that intentional, and has it been helpful in terms of making sure that your relationship with him is very strong?
Yeah, I mean, look, me and my son, we have an open relationship, and where I can tell him everything, and absolutely everything. And I feel like I've been honest with him, and he has seen it all. So I'm a person that is very transparent. So I think that's where our relationship is built on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Let's talk about your sense of style and fashion.
Mm.
You never,
Disappointed. Yeah, yeah.
you always bring it on.
I always say you've got the right to remain fabulous all the time. I always put my best.
Please say that again. Please say that again.
Hyundai!
I love that.
You have the right to remain fabulous
All
all
the time.
And when I pull out, I give it.
Then you do. Yeah. You definitely do. Yeah. And what inspires your style?
Like I said, fashion. You know, even when I was at Vega,
Yeah.
the lecturers used to come to me and say, "Why are you not studying fashion? Because you're such a fashion-forward person, and I know how to identify fashion." And I feel like fashion is an extension of myself. That's how I actually. It's extension of my own personality, and I love fashion. That's how I express myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you find that sometimes a stylist will not really get you in terms
I don't
of
have
that
a
culture?
stylist.
You style yourself all the time.
No, where do I get a stylist from?
Okay, I thought maybe on the show you guys have a style. You've got stylists.
No. For what do you call this? For what's that thing when you go into when we are always
For the diary sessions.
diary session. That's the only time we have a stylist. So throughout, but the ladies are also very stylish, and
Yes,
I
they
love
are.
I love how they bring the style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only time you'll have a stylist working with you. Otherwise, you style yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Big up, Thato.
Yeah.
Big up, I must say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we seeing you in the coming season? Are you up to it? Are you ready for it? Or maybe
Who's
maybe
the
not?
queen who have been trending for the past 3 weeks?
Well, it's Thato herself.
And who gave them season 2? If they're not calling me,
Ah?
I don't know.
Okay. I cannot wait. I cannot wait
I
to
also
see
can't
season
wait.
2.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Amazing
because,
stuff.
I've got more bombs to drop,
Oh gosh.
and I've got more people to come from. All I'm saying is like, stay away from me. I am gonna be here looking Gucci and minding my own business and looking beautiful. I'm not coming for anybody. My storyline is not about women or
Yeah.
anybody. But if you come for me, I'll bury you. You're
When I
going
knock,
6
you
feet.
open the door.
You're going 6 feet down.
Gosh. And what can we expect in the future besides the show?
Oh, look, I'm building an empire on the show. So I've got my own clothing line, and my passion is wine, and a wine academy, black owned and female owned. First is coming up, and me and a very good friend of mine who is a director at University of Stellenbosch, we're opening a wine academy. So we've got more things coming up.
Awesome.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thato, thank you so much for making time to chat with us. It has helped us to know you better. And I have certainly learned a lot from you tonight. And from Opulence Radio, we wish you all the best in every endeavor that you'll embark on from now going forward. And as you said earlier, you're just going to go higher and higher. And that's what we wish you. That's what we wish for you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for a great
Thank
evening.
you for having me. I love Joburg, and I feel like This could be my second home. Is there another villa here?
Oh,
available?
plenty.
Oh, really?
Plenty.
Oh, should I move in with you?
Welcome. You can. And that is Thato Montse from the Real Housewife of Cape Town. I nearly said Joburg, of Cape Town. And I just, as I'm saying this, I'm actually realizing that you girls or ladies are the first on the Real Housewife of Cape Town.
Yeah.
You're the first cast.
Pioneers.
What does that mean to you?
Look, it means good, but the thing is, I think coming into this, we didn't know that the ratings is going to be so good.
Oh.
And we literally, is Durban coming for me? Is Joburg coming for me, guys? I've got more people coming for me. But I feel like in terms of ratings and entertainment, we really have set the bar very, very high. And we definitely nailed it. We've got the assignment, we clocked in, and we gave you the highest ratings. But we've got a friend of mine is on the Real Housewives of Pretoria, so we've got Pretoria
as well.
dropping in.
Yes.
And my friend was telling me the scoop, inside scoop, and is also coming swinging. And I heard the Real Housewives of Stellenbosch is coming through. So
interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna have the whole. It's like Atlanta, New Jersey,
New York,
yeah, and
kind of
Beverly
thing.
Hills.
So it's basically a full franchise of different.
Full franchise.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a beautiful thing. Ever.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, I
Amazing
can't wait for a girls' trip. You remember they did a girls'
trip?
trip? Yeah.
All right. Let's wait. Perhaps in the second season you're gonna have it, and we will see more.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Like, I'm very. I'm a queen who's ready.
Yeah, all the time. And that is Thato Montse. We just had a wonderful, wonderful chat with her. She's an entrepreneur, strategist, designer, thinker, and winemaker with a
I've got a garagist certificate, but I've got diploma in wine, which is a 4-year qualification.
Yes, that's what she has. And she's also a member of the Black Cellar Club.
Black Wine Association.
Black Wine Association.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. What an amazing interview. We've had a moment to chat with Thato, who is an amazing person, really, that, we have been having an opportunity to get to know her better and understand. And she has shared some of the stuff that have been very educational for us. But also, we have had those moments where we got to get into her world and get to know her better and what her world is really about. And I trust that you also had that amazing moment going through everything that we've spoken to her with. So remember to subscribe on this channel and make sure that you tune in again next week, because we have another interesting guest coming to you.